Yeah. Do it for Christ. Only got one life. Got one shot at this, I gotta do it right. Yeah, I gotta do it right. Yeah, gotta do it right. Yeah. Do it for Christ. Only got one life. Got one shot at this, I gotta do it right. Yeah, I gotta do it right. Time to throw in the towel. I've been holding on this for a while. Moving on my own skin. Crocodile, yeah, I'm washed in the blood. Made new, can't tell who I was. No, he saved me by grace. He did it just because. Yeah, my flesh was on E. Had to fill it with the spirit. God, I'm complete.
Hey, what's happening? What's happening? What's happening?
Hello, everyone.
Happy Wealthy Marriage Wednesday.
It's the best day of the week.
It's the best day of the week. You know why? Because we up in here, and you're welcome for this too.
You're welcome.
To all the couples out there, potential couples, big shout out. This is your people, Coach John,
Coach Joy,
and we are here to be your advocates on your marriage and your relationship journey. We want to see you win. We want to see you come up.
That's
right.
right.
So that's why we do this Wealthy Marriage Wednesday. So wherever you are right now, if you are on a device, we want you to take that device and share, and get a chance to get this out to your friends. Because we're going to be talking about some stuff today that's so impactful to relationships.
It is.
It's like sometimes there's stuff that just don't go right.
No, it don't. Sometimes.
It's unavoidable.
It is.
But when stuff don't go right, who you gonna be? What you gonna be when stuff ain't going right?
That's right.
And so the nature of relationship is not found when it's convenient. The nature of relationship is found when stuff ain't going right.
That's right.
That's who you see who you really are.
For sure.
Hey, for real, I ain't know who I was dating for real until some stuff wasn't right.
Well.
And then it's like, okay, now I see the other side. And so we get a chance to see and get to know each other in a more deeper way.
Yeah.
Okay. And so we appreciate you joining us today. And last week was really good. I mean, we was talking about that real estate. You need to go back. If you did not watch last week's Wealthy Marriage Wednesday, we went a little bit deeper into finding, analyzing opportunities. So if you're interested in being able just to do some real quick math and do some real quick information on how to find a good deal out there, or know if you're getting one, do some market analysis. We gave a few tips of real stuff that we really do on last week. So go back and watch that. It's going to bless you. But this week, we're talking about managing mishaps. This is chapter 10 in our book. Yes. And so to all those who have the book already, congratulations to you. If you don't have the book already, feel free to text 502-632-3005. We'll get you some copies. Honestly, very inexpensively priced. We priced it in a way to make sure everybody got a chance to read it. So, hey, you send us a link and we're actually going to send you a coupon. And so you'll be able to get the books on half price. And so we're excited about that. So you text us at 502-632-3005. And then you can get a hard copy. But for everybody else, you can enjoy as we're going through this every other week here on Wealthy Marriage Wednesday. And as always, make sure you stop. Text your spouse. Get them off of the gaming system right now. Pull them off the couch. Pull them out the bed. Be like, look, babe, it's time for Wealthy Marriage Wednesday. And you need to be here next to me. Hey, Wealthy Marriage Wednesday is better when you got somebody warm next to you. When you got somebody next to you to keep you warm, and you can hear this voice, and then you can cuddle and snuggle and make goo-goo eyes at each other, it's even better. And so we're here to talk about this formula in a different way. But our whole goal is to help you to be able to turn your time into money, turn your money into assets, and to turn those assets into freedom. And we absolutely love it. That's the freedom formula. And if you have been following us, you have hopefully you have been taking action and reaching your freedom formula as well. Did you know that 67.5% of marriages ended did so because of communication problems. 67.5% of marriages ended because of communication problems. And that's crazy.
It is.
It's like we're talking to each other, but when it's sweet, it's sweet.
Yeah.
I can tell you, when me and Joy are in a vibe and we talking to each other real sweet,
yeah,
it's nothing like it.
That's right.
Like when she smiles and I see the little dimple and all that, it's beautiful. I mean, it's just amazing. We can conversate all day. I mean, I can just stare into those brown eyes and just have a lifelong conversation with you. I'd love to do that.
Yeah.
But what happens when something don't go right? What happens the times when you don't do your stuff?
Right. Or you don't do something, or you don't do something you said you was gonna do, and it causes some hiccups in something that we were doing.
Yeah, like real talk. Yeah. It's like, sometimes I mess some stuff up. What, do you still like me when I mess some stuff up? And I do. I mess some stuff up.
We both do.
So now when mishaps happen, what do you do? And then also, it's like, here's a real good life example. Can we share an example with you all? Yeah. All right, this is a real time example. Like literally this week, we were sitting there and we got a message from our property manager that somebody had broke into one of our properties and they were squatting. We was like, how can the world, because somebody be squatting? We was just over there yesterday. It shouldn't be nothing happening over there. It was like yesterday. So you telling me within less than 24 hours, but we remembered that LG&E, which is our local electric company here, had went to go turn the lights on at the property that day. And so then, so we were going to go over there and make sure the alarm was working right and all the other stuff. It was just normal that we would go over there the same day and make sure everything was good.
That's right.
Because that's what we like to do, even though we got a property manager who manages, but we like to do some of our own turnovers and rehab work. And so anyway, we go over there, we get this note, some stuff that ain't going right. It's that we got now squatters in the building. Yeah. So I go over there. And as I'm going over there, I creep around to the back and guess what I see? I see a whole village of nefarious individuals, if you will. Nefarious. Hanging out in the backyard, smoking, drinking, and chilling. And so what do I do in that moment when something ain't going right? The first thing that I did after I got done regulating the situation and having them clean up their mess and get the mess out of my house and lock it back down and apologize before they got the police called on them and all that stuff. But it didn't escalate like it could have escalated because me and Joy had good communication. Yeah. Because I'm gonna tell you, when I was on the way over there and I remember that Joy was supposed to get this power on a week earlier, and we were supposed to have that alarm already up, I was like, my eye was twitching because I was like, immediately, I was like, okay, Joy did not do what she was supposed to do. And now we got people living in this house. What do we do? You know, when your eyes start twitching because somebody didn't do something they said they was going to do, they was late, they was wrong about it. Look how rubbing the head down. So what do you do then? Like, how do you handle when stuff don't go right? Well, what if you had a broken commitment? Like, what do you do? And so, like, that's the question is like when you're in business together, you know, you have to be able to find ways to be able to communicate through these different situations. Right. And as we start talking, we were able to work through the situation and be able to talk about it. And it was like what I realized is that Joy had already done all the stuff she was supposed to do. And I was fixing to fly off the handle on some stuff that ain't got nothing to do with Joy. It's just that God, and some drug people were looking for a place to come and hang out.
Well, I think the most important part about that communication part is that we do know how to communicate with each other now so that we can receive the heart. That's
it.
And that's like one of the most important, like in marriage and business and everything, partnerships and all, is knowing how to communicate to your partner so that it's not like wanting to do the blame game, but just getting the understanding of what happened, what's the next steps, and how we can go forth and how it cannot happen again.
Right, because I'm gonna tell you, the blame game is a trip. Because the first time something don't go good, you looking for somebody. Because first off, it wasn't me, and so if it wasn't me, it must be you.
Right.
And if, I'm telling you, I'll throw you all the way under the bus. I know it was you, because that's the closest person to you. That's why when something don't happen good, if you partner with somebody, or especially your spouse, the first person you're going to blame is the person who's closest to you, just by proximity, because you're upset, you're feeling some type of way, and then that's your outlet. And so immediately being triggered It says, how do we handle the immediate response to that trigger? And many of us end up being in a communication situation that leads to just a stupid argument.
Right.
And it's an argument that's a meaningless argument because we know, how can two walk together unless they are agreed?
Yeah.
Okay. It's so like, look, there's no amount of money that can buy back the time lost from arguing, worrying and being stressed specifically over stuff that is money related.
Right.
And so we're talking about business. How do we work together in business through challenges? The first thing you got to realize is that it's business. It's just money.
Right.
So who cares if this property burns down? It's not going to change our life at all.
Right.
So what difference does it make if there was some damage, or what difference does it make if something get taken? It's like sometimes, we overemphasize things about that's the financial implication to it.
Yeah, and I think we put too much emphasis sometimes on the stuff. Yeah. Because the stuff, it can be replaced. But you can't be replaced.
Right. Hey, check this out. How much time you spend arguing because you brought some food home, you ain't finish it all at the restaurant, you stick it into the refrigerator, you look up, that food gone. I mean, that bug gone. And then you like, where my Roadhouse at? I was going to eat that Roadhouse for my lunch. And then you just look at all, like you don't know. You know what happened. You ate that Roadhouse. But here's the thing. Well, that was just disrespectful. It was so rude. So now all of a sudden, over a $12 plate of food, you have now lost your whole cool. And so put a dollar amount on the thing that you think is irritating you. Right. And the same thing in business. It's like, put the dollar amount on the thing that you want to blame your spouse for. And then you be like, is this argument worth $12? Right. Is it worth $15? Right. I mean, it was like, okay, I bought the wrong kind of drapes. Okay, daggone it. That was a $12 drape. Right. $15 drape. So am I going to sit here with anxiety over, John went to the Home Depot and got the wrong size of blinds. Okay, wow, you're a complete idiot. It's like, come on. It's like, it's a $16 blind. It's all right. Put a dollar amount on the thing that you believe is so stressful.
Right. You can't sweat the small stuff.
You can't sweat the small stuff. And there's no amount of money that's going to be able to get back the time that you spend doing that.
That's right.
Your time is so much more valuable than money. And then we look at it and it's like, if a house is divided against itself, that house is not going to be able to stand. That's what the Bible says. Yeah. And so we know, and let me give you this right here. I want to ask you all this question. I want you to write this down, matter of fact.
Yes, write it down.
And you'll find this in our book. I'm going to tell you what page it's on here shortly. But we're in chapter 10 of the book right now. But what is the reward for being right?
My goodness.
Ask yourself that question. Like, when you about to get into an argument, what is the reward for being right? Like, after I done fussed you all out, after now it's cold shoulder time, it's bonnet at night time, it's now go to bed, stare at the wall time, it's cold shower time, it's couch. I just feel like watching this movie. You go to sleep, I'm gonna watch this movie, fall asleep on the couch. No, you know what? You salty and you being emotionally distant. What is the reward after you was right? And now you done fussed at me for an hour about something. And I feel, you know what? You're right. I shouldn't have done it like that. And then you still, but now what did you get out of that?
No.
Like at the end of it, like even what did you get after the other person finally submitted to the fact that you was right?
I know what you get.
What do you get?
Frustration.
You get frustration.
You done got frustration.
Right.
Because you done put all this energy into fussing. And you get frustrated.
Sometimes you get to fussing and then forget what you're fussing about. And then you forget what you're fussing about and then start bringing up stuff that you ain't even for real mad at. You bringing up old stuff. You remember that time you left the car dirty? And see, that's what I'm talking about. The issue is you want to leave your socks on the floor. And the issue is, because you careless. You careless like that.
What's the reward for that?
So, all right, okay, good. So what's the reward for it? So now the socks ain't get picked up, and I gotta live with this person over some socks. Like what reward did I get for being right? Yeah, I should have put my socks up. Yeah, I probably should have filled the gas tank up and not left it with 12 miles left in the tank. Okay, yeah, got it. Should have done it, didn't do it. But at the end of the day, you was right. But what's the What's the reward for being right? What do I get? What do I get, a trophy? No, I get the exact thing I don't want.
Right.
And so sometimes our reward, we wanted to be intimate with our spouse. We wanted a chance to love on each other. We might have wanted to just talk about something deep, watch a movie, enjoy some peaceful time, but we messed it all up because we was right.
Yeah.
And so before we start asking these different things, we got to say, what is going to be the reward for being right? Let that be the baseline before you get into any conversation that you have a disagreement or there's a mishap. If you are right, and you might be right, guess what? If you like me, you probably right about 95 to 99% of the time.
Yeah.
At least.
I give you
so if you're a person like myself who's consistently right, you just gotta ask yourself, what's the reward for being right? And I'm gonna tell you, I guarantee you losing more from being right. In your rightness, you done messed everything up in your household. Kids mad at you, wife mad at you. You know what I mean? Your family and friends mad at you, but you right. And you get to hang your hat on that. And you know who you gonna find? You gonna now go find the couple complaining people who you could go to who gonna be like, yeah, you was right. You know, and so now it's you and your two complaining buddies over there, right? It's cold and lonely. Instead of being able to take the opportunity to be able to reconcile and to do it the right way. So we're going to give you some tips that will help to be able to spend your time not on minor things, because minor things keep us off major things.
That's right.
And our whole goal on this channel is to see you wealthy and to have a wealthy marriage and a wealthy partnership. You ain't going to have a wealthy partnership arguing over dumb stuff that costs like $5, $10. If you ain't got past the doggy bag of food, or somebody touched your chips, or somebody didn't pick something up off the ground, or whatever, small little thing, how you going to keep your mind on making $1 million deals? How you going to put your mind on a 6-figure deal? It takes the same amount of mental energy to joust about a 7-figure decision as it does to a decision over $20 for something ridiculous. She wanted to get an extra design on her nails. When I saw the nail bill was $120, on the inside of my heart, it started beating like this.
He loves the nails.
That's what happened when I saw the nail bill. I felt like a cartoon character. It was just beating like that. And then my eye was twitching. And my heart was beating, and my knee started shaking, and it was like literally wobbling. And I was like that. I was wobbling around because I was like, this is insane. But then I thought about it, and I was like, that is such a small footprint.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If we're going to have any stress or anxiety, and you want to be a millionaire marriage, there are 22 million millionaire marriages. Absolutely. If you decide that you're going to have stress and anxiety about anything financial, let it be something that has another 1, 2, 3 zeros behind it.
I know that's right.
If you need to change your stress about stuff that's going to get you paid. Stress about something that's a major financial move that's going to be a blessing to generations to come.
Stress about something that's going to get you your freedom.
Come on, stress about something like that. Don't stress about the dumb stuff. And so like mishaps are going to happen. But if we spend our time majoring on minor things, we don't spend no mental energy worried about minor things. And so, guess what? It wasn't no groceries in there today. Or this room didn't get cleaned out to my satisfaction. You know, whatever it is, stop majoring on that. Stop making it such a big deal in your life. If that's a big deal in your life, then at that point, you're missing out on all kinds of opportunities and money, because our mind is focused on small things instead of being focused on big things. And so it takes the same amount of effort, energy, strength to focus on a big thing as it does a small thing. It's no additional effort. I've seen people take the same amount of effort that they put into a daggone it playing a video game, take that same thing and put it into opening a business and literally make millions of dollars. And so I'm telling you, it's a very small shift of what we put our attention on. And so what we saying is like, don't put any attention on things that aren't worthy of it. And so guess what? Mishaps are going to happen, but it's not about the mishap. It's about what we do with that mishap that's going to make all the difference. And so here's the question that we always going to ask. What's the dollar amount of the argument?
Oh, man.
So when you're having this argument, what's the dollar amount? Like how much is the dollar amount of your argument?
Right.
And every single time you ask that question, once you get the answer, I guarantee that you'll say, "This is not worth my time."
Right. It's not
I should be
the energy that you put
it's not
into
worth my
it.
time or my energy. Let's hug it out and let's get back to the big stuff. Right. So we're going to give you these 4 tips. Yes. These are the 4 tips straight out of the book right here. If you're in chapter 10, these 4 tips are going to bless your life in every single way. Right. These are 4 tips that we've now refined and developed that have helped every piece of the communication through and avoiding mishaps. Yes. And then also for us to be able to communicate through them. So one is never, criticism is never public. Yes. Criticism is never public. Yeah. Let's unpack that. Criticism is never public. Yeah. Guess what? It is not even a thing to air out your business just randomly, your criticism on your spouse. Because if you ever do, you're automatically criticizing yourself.
Yeah, and you're taking, so we say you're taking away from yourself because you are one.
We are one.
You're one.
We are one.
You're one. So whatever you're saying about her or whatever you say about him is a reflection of you.
Correct. In every single way. And so if you got a critique of somebody, like if Joy has a critique for me, and I guarantee you, Joy has critiques for me. But you know who knows Joy's critiques for me? Me. That's right. Yeah, I know him. You don't. Right. And so when we get together, we get the opportunity to share everything together. We don't hold anything back. Nope. We're in great detail. Oh yeah. But at the end of the day, the critiques that we have for each other and the criticism that we have for each other, or complaining or wanting to put each other down publicly, we just don't do it. Bad practice. Yeah. Bad practice. Next.
Criticism comes from a place of love. Intention matters.
Yeah, your intention. And so sometimes you just salty. So you said some salty stuff.
Right.
And so that's it. If I have a critique, it can't come from a place of competition. Yeah. Because this is where I want to one-up you to make you feel like you're less than I am, or to put you in your place. Hold on. Right. I'm gonna put this female in her place. That's how you say it. I wouldn't say that, but I was acting as though a person who would. I got scared just that quick. Fellas, somebody come help me, because she gave me a look that made me feel something.
No.
But you see what I'm saying? It's like, where did it come from? Did it come from a place of love? Like, I really want to see your life better, and I think this is not a good thing, and this could really help. Or did it come from a place of, I just really wanted to mess with you because passive aggressive, or there's something else that I really want to say, so I'm just going to poke at you with this thing. Right. And so this helps us to be able to do it the right way. Hey, Kate, check it out. Focus on the behavior as opposed to a personal attack.
Ooh. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Do y'all do name calling? In the chat, just drop in the chat if you do name calling still. You know what I mean? Like when you was in high school or something, or middle school, a stupid head, or you call each other. Do y'all call each other out of y'all names? Some people do. They think it's cute. All that stuff. Like, we not that people, and we don't recommend it. It's like, what her name is in every situation is Joy. And what my name is John. Yeah. But calling outside of your name, calling names, saying you this or you that, you not none of those things. Any words that come out of our mouth is going to be an affirmation to the other person, because you remember that stuff.
It's uplifting one another. Like, why would you want to bring down your partner, your spouse?
Don't do it. And if you have, just say, I'm sorry. Won't happen again. Apologize for the old, and then don't do it again. Always compliment publicly. Ooh, a public compliment.
Oh, yeah.
See, a compliment hits good, but then it hits even better when it's a public compliment.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
It does.
When you break that public compliment down, it just lifts somebody up. Even if words of affirmation isn't necessarily one of your 5 love language, it might not be your love language. But I don't care if you're still love language or not. People like to hear good things about themselves from their spouse or from somebody they care about. And so being open and generous with words of praise. Yeah. And those things go a long way. Yeah, with your fine self. All right, so check it out. You're going to hear these secrets and many more. You text this number 502-632-3005. We got a whole chapter dedicated to this and some workshop questions that you'll be able to take together to help unpack some of these different things. So highly recommend being part of that. And so obviously we're doing real estate coaching because we want you all not just to win in your marriage, we want you to win financially. We believe the best way to get there is through real estate investing. And so our role is to help couples to become real estate investing ninjas. I'm talking about y'all gonna be knocking down properties. What you do on this Monday? Buy some properties, buy some apartments, did an Airbnb, whatever it is that you wanted to do. Is that we're here to help you in that process. So you text us at 502-632-3005. Many of the people that we already dealing with are already in the game doing big things.
They are
but they just need a little bit of extra sauce to go to the next level. We got options for you as well. And some people just say, hey, I'm looking to get started. And so come on. Guess what? New. We're also accepting those singles as well, who are single and have a partner as well. You can come on. We're glad to have you. Just text us at 502-632-3005. You can join this winning team of some of the best real estate investors. I mean, the foundational information, but then the accelerated information.
Oh my goodness.
Oh man, about to, so anyway, this next level information is being shared, and we get a chance to win together, share each other's victories together, learn from each other's mistakes, and grow together. Use these amazing tools that have been developed. And so I love those calls, and the fact that we get to help in that way and support and see people win and making money as a couple. So that's what we love to do, and we would love to support you on your journey as well. So to get you more time doing the things that matter the most for you. And so with that being said, we appreciate y'all. This was a blast.
Thank you for joining us.
Remember.
Always remember.
Always remember. It is so much
better